long affiliation with Party Poker. Has been with them right since they signed on to the whole world of online gaming. All the players getting ready for their first hand of action, suiting up, got their sunglasses on. And well, here Troy's got to put his sunglasses on, get ready to play, suit up, get your poker face on. The first hand of action in level 2 is underway. Lothar Landauer, 10-jack in the cutoff. Ace-4 offsuit for Troy, he'll fold. Queen of clubs, 9 of clubs for Dennis Petronak, he'll also muck that one.
Remember, see where your chips are? Yeah, you have to put your card
Folds around to Lothar in the cutoff, who makes it 300 to go. In the small blind, Kenneth Strandley from Norway picks up a jack of hearts, 9 of spades. He's going to take the flop off. Big blind is out. Heads up to the flop. Jack 10 for Lothar. Jack 9 for Kenneth. Flop of Queen 9 deuce. Kenneth has flopped second pair. Jack kicker. He checks to Lothar, who also checks. I like Lothar's check. A lot of players will semi-bluff that spot, and a lot of times automatically. Now you get check raised and you get taken off your potential nuts draw. And in fact, Lothar has hit the nuts on the turn. Now he's got Kenneth betting out. Kenneth's got second pair. He thinks he probably has the best hand. And in fact, Lothar is sitting on the nuts. He's sitting on a queen high straight. Had he bet out on the flop, I think he would have raised the alarm bell in Kenneth's head. Lothar gives it a bit of thinking about, and then he's going to flat call. He's setting the trap for the river. Lothar, of course, is thinking to himself, hey, Kenneth, have top pair here. Have 2 pair. Have something. I've got the nuts. On the river. An irrelevant 5. Kenneth checks, and Lothar puts out a bet of 700. Into a pot of 1,700. Lothar has underbet the pot slightly. Obviously, he's trying to coax a call out of Kenneth with his relatively small bet. Kenneth is the author of his own disaster here, because with his check on the river, he has invited Lothar to bluff. It's hard not to call him now. Kenneth calls him. Lothar shows him the nuts. Kenneth loses another 700 chips. Costly pot for Kenneth Strandley from Norway. I'm not fond of Kenneth's play on the river. There's really no draw on board when Lothar calls your bet on the turn. There's no draw. Lothar is not drawing. He in all likelihood has a made hand. And then when he bets the river, you got to give him credit, I think, for something that can beat your 9s. Again, Kenneth, perhaps what he should have done is bet out on the river. Small bet. Throw a 500 bet out there. If Lothar raises you, okay, give him credit for hand and you get away from it. He only lost 700. It's not that bad. Lothar might have been able to coax a little more money out of him if he'd bet a little more. If you're Kenneth, you put it behind you, you move on to the next hand emotionally. Troy Otto in the big blind with pocket 5s. American Dennis Petronak with pocket queens, second under the gun, puts in the minimum raise with his pocket queens. Lothar gets out of trouble with his ace-10, and on the button, Kenneth Strandley from Norway, looking at an ace-jack offsuit, is going to call. I don't like the call. It's a trouble hand, ace-jack offsuit and no limit. Can lose a lot, win a little. Troy Otto in the big blind with his pocket 5s will defend and take off the flop. 3 ways, 3 players to the flop. King of hearts, jack of hearts, 6 of clubs. Overcard to Dennis's queens. He doesn't like that much. Troy checks. Dennis checks. Pinstripe Kevin on the button puts in a 400 chip bet. Troy folds. Dennis with his queens call. The turn of 5. Ooh, Troy would have had a set, but he folded. Check, check on the turn. Both players now checking. That tells Dennis that his queens are probably good. River card is an irrelevant 10 of clubs. Check, check. Dennis's queens are good. That's got a sting if you're Pinstripe Kenneth Strandley from Norway. The previous hand, of course, a bad call on the river, giving some chips to Lothar, and this one a bad bluff on the flop, giving some chips to Dennis.
Okay.
And ace king, he had 2 aces.
All right, go ahead. Give me on the seating card, please.
I already knew what happened before it happened. I knew he had slow playing too.
89 people.
Yeah. Yes. I had ace king, he had aces. Don't worry about it. I moved in.
This is the interview I really don't want to be doing.
That's all part of it.
Yeah, TJ Cloutier, who's I missed the bust out hand. What happened?
He slow played 2 aces. I had ace king, and that's all there was to it. He ended up winning a pot. That's all.
Yeah. Yep.
So it's part of the game. You're not supposed to move in when you already know, and when you feel the guy's got 2 aces, you can still move in. But I did anyway. So that's part of it.
The hands, 2 queens.
All right, thanks,
versus
Sure.
2 jacks. 2 queens versus 2 jacks. And on the flop, the deuce, the 4, and the 5. We have it all in, Mr. Sharp. Or a,
I said it a long time ago, all the internet has done is breed bad winners, not bad losers. Bad winners. And it has. They don't know how to act when they win a pot. Because you don't make a guy look bad and stuff like that by jumping up and down when you beat him or call their seat, you know. They do it all the time. At the World Series and everything. Most of it, yeah. They're just not used to playing. I mean, it's okay when you're in your own room at home and you jump up and down because you're not putting anybody down. But you don't ever want to hurt a guy's feelings. You know, they feel bad enough when they get knocked out.
Another action-packed day has come to a close. Join us for more next time at the Party Poker Canadian Poker Championship.
Keep it moving on. Up the middle and out the end. Why kid yourself? It's not so easy. You pretend that we're all the same when we're playing the game.